Hey, yo, peace, it's your man, Judge, man. Coming right back at you with some of that real talk real fast, man. Hey, man, if you've been around and if you've been in the game long enough and if you've been studying this information through the metaphysical information and the doggone spiritual information and the doggone biblical information, if you've been around long enough, you will have an understanding that, or you should have come to the conclusion after so many years that a lot of the beings who they were talking about in the Bible were just what we would call kings and businessmen. You know what I'm saying? These were the ultra rich people at that time. You know what I'm saying? This is why you have stories like the story of Job. You know what I'm saying? The story of Job. This was the story of those were two beings. They tell us the story that this was God and the devil, but actually this was two different beings who were just bragging and boasting on how much power they had over the people. You know what I'm saying? That's why they bet. They bet that they were trying to bet who was the better God, me, the Lord, or me, the devil. And these people, man, these beings, they've been around here for forever. Not forever, but it might as well have been forever. Because a lot of these people they were like I said, they were something like Yahweh. He was a king over the people. And he was a jealous king. You know what I'm saying? Baal, he was a businessman. You know, he was an ultra rich I shouldn't be telling you this. He was an ultra rich businessman, and he made most of his money controlling the food. This is why when you eat, where does your food go? It goes to your lower bowels. Listen to the word. Bowel, bowels, bowel, bowels. Yeah. Excuse me, I had to take a little break, man. I had to go take care of something the wife was calling. But yeah, man, a lot of these guys, man, they were just ultra rich people. And see, now let me tell you something, man. Time out. Let me tell you something. I shouldn't be saying this here, but man, you know, sometimes when you see a UFO and you be thinking of little green men from Mars and all that stuff, now you remember you've been getting the information. You know that before we went to the oil and gas. Oh, I can't wait to talk to y'all about Tartaria. But before we went to the oil and gas products, everything used to run off electricity. And they already had advanced technology, but they took it away from us. And so they could restart us all over again, so they could set us back. A lot of those times when you see these UFOs and stuff like that, they're not foreign people. I mean, they're not aliens. They're people who are ultra rich. And that's their technology. They're just flying over chilling. And a lot of the people who we know who are ultra rich, you know, I'm not going to name any names, but they have access to those ships too. But I digress. Let's get back on point. Like I was saying, a lot of these people, they own corporations and they were just ultra rich. And a lot of these symbols that we have for these restaurants and businesses, you think they're new. No. They've been around since the days of the small islands of Atlantis, you know what I'm saying, the offshore parts of Atlantis when some of these beings first came here. A lot of this stuff is everything is recycled. When they say there's nothing new under the sun, they ain't joking. But yeah, the reason why I'm saying this here, and I hope I didn't forget anything, is because yesterday I did a video, you know what I'm saying, and like I said, this is all what did they say? This is for entertainment purposes only. The reason why I'm saying this is because yesterday when I talked to you about the dome that was placed on the planet, which they created the Garden of Eden, in which they had us in, they had us encaged in. You know what I'm saying? Because they was working our property. I got so much to tell you. Because they was working our property, and it's just a whole bunch, man. They was creating a new type of humanoid. And they didn't want us to know certain things, and we were hard-headed. And some of the other beings who was like on the outskirts, who may have been fired from their job positions and stuff. That's who the snake in the garden, somebody who was probably fired from his job. You know what I'm saying? He was mad. He was like, he probably like, man, F the gods, man. F them rich people. They lying to you. It's the same thing has been occurring over and over and over again. But let me get back to the point, because my 6 minutes is almost up. The reason why I told you that story yesterday, and the reason why I'm telling you this here today, is because the natural thing in existence, that thing that man calls God, the divine essence of God, it doesn't have to tell you anything. It shows and proves. Now, when you're dealing with this book, the story of Genesis, and you're dealing with the creation and talking about this thing was done in 7 days, this corporation was talking about the creation of the firmament, and it took them 7 days to create the firmament. I know some of you people will be like, well, it probably took 7,000 years because to God, 1 day is 1,000 years. Yeah, that's possible too, but it's quite possible that corporation who was running who was running the science at that time, they created the firmament for us to place us in, and they told you what they did. We're dealing with people, y'all. We're not dealing with the Most High. You know the Most High. The Most High just is. It doesn't have to tell you anything. It's going to show you. It's going to reveal itself. What we're dealing with down here, you're dealing with doggone people. And when many of them, when you're dealing with the word, when you say the word Lord, those were the lower ranking businessmen, the lower ranking people who were in the politics and the politicians. They were known as the lords. That's why even here today, on the lower level, if you own land, what do they call you? A landlord. Hey man, I went over my 6 minutes, and that's how I do it. Peace and blessings, man. Hey, and if you can, you don't have to hit like or subscribe, but if you can, absorb my information and then do your own video and pass it on. Peace and blessings. I'm out.